Lady Dame Judy. Hello. Judy James, everybody.
It's perfect. Yeah. But because of the heels, your head drops a bit.
If men feel threatened or insecure, they form a barrier by crotch covering.
He first came on making himself look quite small, quite nervous, and then suddenly now we've sort of progressed to this almost Robbie Williams style. He totally hit the ground running, didn't he? I mean, there was no warm-up, was there? He was straight in there. And I think
it's a feeling of physical security. He's in no danger of being attacked. And this sell us an image of a love affair that's back on track. They use techniques to display harmony. Is that he actually manages to pick on two people smaller than himself.
Johnny.
One thing about alpha males, they can use eye contact, and I think he just can't. He's looking away all the time. If you notice where his hands are, totally, I mean, very commanding eyes. I mean, and his eyes really give it all away. They really project the all.
Now maximising their appeal and analysing the way they move, speak and look, body language expert Judy James in Naked Celebrity.
If men feel threatened or insecure, they form a barrier by crotch covering, which creates a feeling of comfort and security. Their most vital assets are now protected and they can reassert their macho dominance. Overt crotch displays are the gold dust of body language. With leaders or politicians, the fingers pointing towards the crotch becomes a gesture of power via machismo. Though Gordon Brown's fly check is a symptom of anxiety or a need for comfort.
Judy James, everybody. Judy, as our body language expert, I know you've been glued to the screen since you first met our contestants. There's only 4 of them left. Have you noticed the difference in them?
Dramatic with some of them, but not all of them.
OK, well, let's start off with Brenda. What have you noticed particularly about Brenda?
Brenda, totally dramatic. I mean, real makeover. I mean, the first time she came on week 1, powered on, lovely bit of gurning in front of the camera, and now we've got this beautiful model-looking woman. I mean, really doing the model walk as well. Totally dramatic makeover.
Hello, indeed. Look, and this is week 1 here. Well, this was last week, which is week 9 or something like that. Amazing smile.
She's just got this beautiful smile. It's a very even smile as well, which means it's genuine. It's not lopsided at all. Lopsided smile's not genuine. OK,
well, Brenda's just there, so come on, Brenda, because I know that, Judy, you've got a couple of things you'd like to help her with again.
Yes, I was so impressed by your walk. I thought you must have had training. It's a model walk.
Shane's been Bookie's favourite for a long time.
Shane, now, can you see any difference in the body language before and after?
Not. He looks very comfortable in both.
No difference whatsoever. Shane hasn't changed one iota, and this is good, because he has erect thumbs.
Is that a syndrome? Is that something we should be... He's actually does have erect thumbs in both these pictures.
Erect thumbs. Now, I have to say, footballers use these when they're really on top of the game.
Really?
Yeah, and men eating takeaway curry, erect thumbs. It's a sign of enjoyment. It's a sign
so if I've got my curry, it's more often than not I'm going to be sat there with my thumbs up.
At least one.
At least one?
If you're eating with the other one.
My dad dances like that. Is that
your dad likes that? Either he's a cockney.
He's a cockney. Well, not quite, but more or less. He could well be. My mum thinks he is sometimes. Let's get Shane in. The thumbs are up. Have you ever thought I've got erect thumbs?
No, I don't. You don't know you're doing it, do you? No, you're looking a little bit not quite so relaxed. They're just, if you watch Beckham play when he just comes out like that. I mean, it's not a thumbs up.
Yeah, and it's a very common. It's not a bad thing.
Okay. Tony Blair in Parliament when he's really on top of the game, erect thumb.
Ah,
you've seen him that?
You can see yourself a Prime Minister now, this is great.
Apart from that, you've just been the same all the way through, and that's really good, because I think you were always confident. You always got that kind of self-belief. So that works with it. If I see the thumbs go droopy, though, I'm going to worry.
Well, make sure that doesn't happen.
So keep them up and erected.
In the nicest possible way.
Sharon's going to be so excited to hear about your erect thumbs. Thanks very much, Shane.
Good evening. Yesterday he got the captaincy. Today he named most of his team and trotted out for his first match. David Cameron had advertised the fact that he was going to play a new kind of game, and he did. He was quick, he was clever, and he was funny, and he clearly unsettled the Prime Minister at times.
We've assembled an expert audience. Stephen Shakespeare is a political pollster, Judy James, a body language expert, and to judge star quality we got Dr. Fox.
Yeah, I mean, he totally hit the ground running, didn't he? I mean, there was no warm-up, was there? He was straight in there. And I think we felt that he was going to get bullied, wasn't he? I mean, the whole idea was we'll pick on him. And it was almost like somebody beating the bullies, which I think, as you say, people at home will definitely think. Yes. You almost expect the Rocky music to be playing at that that
Well,
stage.
he had to step up to the plate. You know, this was...
Here to help us out with what's really going on in the house is body language expert, friend of the show, nay franchise, Lady Dame Judy. Hello. Judy James, everybody. We've asked you to pick out one boy, one girl who you think's made the biggest impression. Who's the boy?
Well, it's the double act called Kitty Vic, as far as I'm concerned. It's got to be Victor. Victor, definitely the guy. I mean, they went in like prize fighters. I don't know if you noticed. They actually went in like boxers going in for a fight.
OK.
And that's pretty much what they're going to give us, I think. This party political broadcast is made by an Oscar-winning director. They sell us an image of a love affair that's back on track. They use techniques to display harmony.
But if you really believe in those values, there's nothing that should stand in the way of that.
The intimate eye-gazing and face-softening are bonding gestures.
Mirroring each other is an attempt to show deep-rooted empathy. It's the subtler signs that hint at their real feelings.
The economy's stronger, unemployment's down.
When Tony introduces Gordon at this poster launch, he praises him. But his body language leakage gives the game away. He's unable to look at Brown. When he does turn to face him, his micro-gestures say it all. His nose wrinkles and he backs away in what looks like physical disgust.
That they have a plan for 35 billion in cuts in public services.
Tony's face-gazing signals respect, but there's this curious gesture. His teeth make small biting movements. This scary look reveals underlying tension. It's like he's considering eating his Chancellor's liver with favour beans and a nice Chianti. Walking down the middle of the road, Jay is physically and spatially dominant, like a cowboy swaggering into town. His alpha male status is risk-free at this point. His mates form a cordon around him, meaning he's in control and totally safe.
Calm down, because we're not going to lead them into what they want. Tell me which one it fucking was. Lovely.
What's interesting is that he actually manages to pick on two people smaller than himself. This creates a feeling of physical security. He's in no danger of being attacked, and this in turn makes his aggression signals magnify.